So, first of all, Liz, if I can come to you, do we still live in a time where social class seriously matters in this country?
I wouldn't have thought so. You know, we go back to the social revolution originally, when people were classed in different sort of groups, and that affected their occupation, their social standing, and indeed their political views. However, then we have education and university. And, you know, if you take advantage of that, I can't see why class, I hate the word, has anything to do with it. I mean, when you fill up a form, does it say class? At one time, it was a reflection who your parents were, where you went to school, who your friends are. Far more important today. And I'm always giving this advice, especially to young people. Value the people you meet and remember them and keep in touch, because it is very much to do with who you know.
But isn't it true, though, Liz, that we still are very bad in this country at cross-social class socialising or networking? That's what I find. So my friends who have plenty of money, who are public school educated, who move in certain circles, they never spend time with people who aren't like them. You know, there is this awful kind of stereotype of people like us, right? And we don't cross class as much as we should be doing.
Yeah, but that has a lot to do with confidence. It's like walking in a room and, you know, the hostess said, I'm sure you'll know lots of people here, catch you later.
Yeah.
And there you are, like a banana, you're standing there feeling, oh, well, what am I going to do now? It's a question of, I think perhaps education needs to have some concentration on showing people how to have confidence, how to be able to actually gravitate towards people you don't know. Because if you are in a position where you're sitting in an office and you feel that somehow or other, oh, you were underprivileged, you don't feel you mix, it's up to you to do something about it.
But you see, I'm going to bring in Dr. Ehsan in a minute. My issue is I don't think that those from lower social class aren't prepared to mix with those from the upper classes. I think it's the other way around.
No.
Oh,
no.
okay.
No.
Right,
No.
Dr. Ehsan, what do you think? Because I do see in my experience that those people from upper classes are not going to hang out with the likes of me, let's say.
Well, I look at it a bit differently. I'm trying to look at it more from a legal perspective, Bev. And the reality is that I did some research back in January 2021, where essentially a nationally representative sample was asked, on which grounds do you think you've experienced discrimination in the last 12 months? And interestingly, the wider public was more likely to say that they've been discriminated on the grounds of their social class when compared to their ethnicity, religious belief, or sexual orientation. And I find that really interesting because in the current list of protected characteristics, as enshrined in existing equalities legislation, there is no mention of social class. And I do think that there needs to be a discussion in terms of how class discrimination can disempower people who are in the lower classes of society. I think that really needs to be discussed. And I do feel that when we're talking about discussions on discrimination, I think there's a great deal of focus on racial discrimination, discrimination on the grounds of sexual orientation. But I do feel that actually, if there's one type of discrimination and prejudice which is currently being overlooked, I would say that it's along social class lines.